Hi everyone, and welcome to our ForexDD and Elite Currency Cooperation webinar. My name is Nenad, and today we are going to be talking about Forex Scalping for beginners. And have in mind that this is my proprietary method that I have created a long time ago, and I always try to introduce this very good scalping system to all traders. Also, guys, if you followed my recommendations and live trades from yesterday, live trading with FXDD, well, I hope that you made some pips, okay? So we always, you just need to sign up with us. So FXDD webinars, educational and trading webinars, and you should be fine. So GBP dollar went to profits, Euro dollar went to profits. And yeah, I'm very proud to tell you that basically I will show you right away that we made some nice $340 on 10,000 account just by our live trading. Okay, guys. So expect more to come, of course. And yes, yeah, if you have any questions, as always, feel free to ask. I'm always there to help you out in your trading career and decision making, of course. Hi, Cody, and hi, everyone. We are ready to begin, okay? So we can start actually. Also, guys, have in mind that every information that you see here is my personal opinion only. Forex is risky business, and you should know all the risks before you actually plan to trade. So be aware that you can lose everything and full capital if you are not, if your risk is too high. So Forex is risky business, and please treat it as it is. Every information that you see here is my personal opinion only, and you don't need to treat it as an advice. Okay, so standard risk disclaimer, and we are ready to go. What is scalping? Best times to trade, trading the risk, and double momentum scalping system. So this is what we are going to be talking about today. So what is basically scalping? Scalping is a fast way to trade. It is actually a buying and selling currencies in an active way. So when you scalp, guys, usually you will have a lot of chance to trade. You will have a lot of different opportunities. Like you do it on lower time frames, okay, like 5-minute time frames, 15-minute. Some traders do it on 1 hour, on 1 minute. But the main point is skimming small profits out of the market and putting it to your equity curve. So basically you're skimming the market, scalping. And in order to do that, you really need to be very focused, and not just focused, but you always need to be well aware of the risk taken. And a lot of people are not successful in scalping because they tend to overreact, overtrade, and usually with overtrading, you put much more risk into your trades than you would do it otherwise. So the main problem when people are saying I'm not successful in trading because I trade lower time frames, it does not necessarily mean that you should avoid it. For example, Chris and I have our live trading rooms with Elite Currency, our live channel, ECS Live, and we never ever post any trades that are lower than 15-minute setups. And even those 15-minute setups are maybe once per week. But most of the time, for example, we have 15, 16 trades, sometimes even 20 trades per week. We post usually 1 hour most of the time and 4-hour setups. It doesn't mean that it's not correct approach to trade lower time frames. But you know, guys, if you give a signal for a buy or a sell to someone, let's say a trade idea, right? I call it a trading idea. You really need to be fully focused on trade management. And sometimes the price is moving so fast that unfortunately you cannot react. And if that happens, then you have the responsibility to your traders group to manage that trade. And scalping is very fast. I cannot do it myself and send the trade recommendations per se. So it's always good that if you want to scalp, guys, you do it yourself. Okay, That is why I personally don't like to send any trading recommendations regarding scalping to anyone, because you know it's sometimes it can be very, very hectic. You need to be focused, you need to do it yourself. And because of that, I'm presenting you with a system that you should be able to use it yourself, okay, and scalp and trade smaller time frames on a very, very unique approach. So closing trades for a small number of pips, multiple trading positions in a session. That is also the point of scalping. Short time frames, even tick charts, some people, but I recommend 5 minutes for scalping. Then you can also do it after some news announcement. And definitely, guys, it's a very fast way of trading. So you need to be well aware of that. Always, always, always. It's fast. You don't leave positions for too long. You see the profit, see that it's close to your target, just get away from the market. 5 minute time frame is not meant to be traded like 1 hour or 4 hour time frame. You need to do that. You need to know that. How we make money with scalping? First of all, you need to have patience. Then, guys, you need to have low spreads. So low spreads are very important. For example, euro dollar, you see here, euro dollar only 1 point something pip of a spread. It's very low spread. GBP dollar, very low spread. Dollar Swissy, low spread, guys. Dollar yen, low spread. The Australian dollar, low spread. GBP Swissy, you don't scalp it, guys. It's like 4 pip spread. CAD yen, it's okay. GBP yen, not exactly, because you see it's a 3 point something pip spread. Guys, stick to major pairs. This method and system that I will present you with is made for euro dollar and pound dollar most of the time. It's great for beginner traders, okay, and especially guys with FXDD platform. It's a very low spread platform on these pairs, so this is very, very suitable. Okay, more on that a little bit later. Okay, counter trend scalps. You can also do counter trend scalps with scalping. It's okay. End of the day trading, when markets are actually in the profit taking mode, that is when you can also scalp and take profits. Breakouts are also a way of scalping the market in a breakout scenario. So when price is breaking out, you actually take a trade on a break and close it after, let's say, 5 minute candle, 10 minute candle. There are different rules for breakout trading scalping systems. But then again, it's also a form of a breakout. And you need to know that the most effective way of scalping is by slightly using the higher leverage than you would normally do. So let's say that you risk usually 0.5 to 2% per trade. So if you make an intraday trade with 1% of risk, scalping is usually 2% of risk per trade, right? So you need to have the account that can actually withstand the pros and cons of scalping. Okay, you will be able to accumulate profits in a faster way, but don't get it for certain, guys. There are no guarantees. Once you start over averaging, making unnecessary trades, trading out of the time that is recommended for trading, you will start to lose, guys. It's also important. Sometimes market will range, and you don't need an indicator to see that markets are ranging, guys. Just watch the chart, see if the market is really going up and down on 1 hour time frame. You know that if you take a trade on 5 minute time frame, usually 10 pips is enough and you go out, because when there is no trend, market will make a trend move, then suddenly it will drop, and then the market will go sideways. Sideways price action is not a trend. It's a flat market condition, and I don't recommend anyone to trade during ranging markets. At least I don't do it, really. Even if I'm stuck in a trade, I would gladly take 10 pips out of my trade than to leave it indefinitely and then suddenly lose a trade. Ranging markets are most dangerous. That is the time when we traders lose money. Also, the time when we traders lose money is transition from a downtrend to uptrend or uptrend to downtrend. That transition of a trend, well, you know, if you're caught in the wrong moment when trend is actually switching from bearish to bullish or vice versa, usually it's then that you lose the money if you don't protect your trades. That is why I usually say it's very important that you protect your trades by scaling out. Okay, best times to trade, guys. Open your platform and have in mind that you can find it on Forex time zone converter. This table actually just type Forex market hours on Google and you will actually see this. I can also do it for you. It's a good thing to okay, Forex market hours. Let me just open it for you. And yeah, it's time zone converter. The website is time zone converter here, and you enter your time zone, okay, and then you will actually see. So the time now is 5:12. You see Europe, Berlin is actually, you see it's closed. The only session that is open now is New York session, guys, until 10 p.m. Guys, you know, you scalp during these sessions. Frankfurt, London, New York. I completely skip Sydney session. It's nonsense, guys, to do anything really on Sydney session. If you're stuck in a trade, there is usually some sort of swing or positional trade. You don't scalp then. And you can also scalp during Tokyo session, because after Tokyo session, you will again have Frankfurt, London, New York. The best time to trade is actually a cross session, London, New York overlap. When they overlap, that is the best session to trade, okay? Okay, so I can minimize this now and have in mind 10 minutes prior and 10 minutes after the top of the hour or TOTH, usually you will see the best volatility. So if you have a signal from your system to take a trade, a scalping trade during that time, okay, it's a good thing, because guys, then you will be able to get into profits in a much quicker way, because top of the hour is when traders are exiting, okay, and new traders, fresh buyers or sellers are actually joining the markets. And the first 3 hours, we already talked about it, but I will mention it again. The first 3 hours of each major session are most suitable for scalping. It means the first 3 hours of London, the first 3 hours of New York, the first 3 hours of Tokyo session. So if London starts, for example, at 8 a.m., you trade 8, 9, 10, the best session times, because then later you will see profit taking, like price suddenly making a counter trend move, and unless you protected your profits, you would probably be in a drawdown. So first 3 hours of each major session, and I recommend 5 minutes, but as I say, a lot of traders would actually like to trade on 1 minute time frame. It's too hectic, really, so I don't recommend it. I go with 5 minute time frame. Okay, also guys, trading the risk. Scalping is done, as I said, on 1 minute, 5 minute usually. Some systems do it on 15 minute time frame. Risk is always based on overall risk per day plus risk per trade. Let's say that we have $10,000 account and we risk 3% maximum. For example, we have 10 pips stop loss. We would be risking, like, let's say $100. So maximum number of losses is 3 trades. You see, guys, so optimal for scalping on $10,000 account is 0.5 lots. If you use, let's say, 10 pips stop loss. Even, guys, if you use like 15 pips stop loss, then you use with 0.5. You need, this is just an example, because you are effectively trading the risk. That is the point of Forex trading, guys. Trading the risk. Unless you memorize this, what I'm saying now, guys, I don't think that you will be profitable. Remember, your system is just a part of your education, of your tools. But you are a human being. And if you don't control your emotions, you will ultimately make a trade that will kill all good 100 trades that you made. A wrong 10 pip trade that is over leveraged will kill your 100 pip normal leverage trades, and you will get sucked probably into a spiral of doom. So you need to know that you don't, guys, you don't over risk. If you scalp, I always say use slightly lower risk, but do not, simply do not place more than 6-7 trades per day. Even if you're scalping, guys, it's more than enough. Sometimes even 2 trades per day will make your day. So if you have 3% risk per day overall, you should not afford to lose more than $300 per day. You divide it and you do your own risk assessment per trade. It seems obviously that 0.5 loss seems optimal for scalping the account of 10K. And for each 10K, we can also raise our volume traded by 0.5. My trading style fits into 3 to 5%. I went a little bit above this threshold of 3 to 5% maximum per day. And 4 to 6 consecutive losing trades is a maximum tolerated risk, guys. Do not go above it. And always, guys, try to risk your profits. So, okay, if you have any questions, guys, I'm watching the screen also with your questions. Feel free to ask, and we can move on to double momentum scalping system. This system is pretty much straightforward. I will teach you how to trade it. And of course, if you these indicators can be found on MT4 FXDD platform by default, and you just need to have a pivot point indicator. Let's say for 1 hour pivot, you can Google for it. 1 hour pivot points, because we use hourly pivot points. If you don't have it, guys, you can email us at info@elitecurrency or torrentialfx@gmail.com, and I will send this to you guys, no problem at all. Okay. So, yeah, the main prerequisite, guys, is, of course, you should have an FXDD account. So, double momentum scalping system. Time frame is 5 minutes. Exponential moving average, EMA 34 and 55. Stochastic 813 and stochastic 1313 overlaid. So they go on the top of each other. I will show you how to do it. I also have the template. Everything is ready. But as I'm saying, go, guys, with FXDD, our partners and supported brokers. MACD to line 34, 89, 34, and hourly pivot points. Also, guys, very important, hourly pivot points. Because, guys, 5 minute time frame, you use hourly pivot points. Intraday time frames, like 1 hour, 15 minutes to 30, you use daily pivot points. 4 hour trading, you use weekly pivot points. Daily trading, you use monthly pivot points. Weekly trading, you use quarterly pivot points. Okay, that is also one of the trick that I use. I don't use daily pivot points if I trade 5 minutes, nor I would use, let's say, weekly pivot points for 15-minute trading. It's total nonsense, guys. You just need to do it as I say. This is, at least as I'm saying, as I was saying, this is my personal opinion only, and I think that it's a valid opinion, really. Okay, long trades, guys. Long trades. Blue 34 EMA is above red 55 EMA. That is a prerequisite. MACD blue line should be above red line. Stochastic below 20 and pointed upwards. Target is hourly pivot points. Okay, let's see it now on the live chart. So this is how it looks. Let's say we will open 5 minute euro dollar. Okay, so this was scalping, guys. Okay, scalping opportunities. This is important here, you see. Okay, this was a 5 minute scalping trade that could have, well, this is a very good scalping trade. Okay, just let me show you this. Vice versa, guys, is for actual short trades. I will show you both trading rules on the same chart. So short trades, red 55 EMA above blue 34 EMA, MACD red line above blue line, stochastic above 80 and pointed downwards, and target is hourly pivot point. And this is what we had actually. A short trade here, guys, exactly where I placed this vertical line. So price really needs to touch, at least touch. It can even go above moving averages as long as they're aligned. It's okay. As long as, for short trades, as long as red is above blue, it's okay, guys. Okay, I will zoom it in also here. So this actually was touching the DMAs. You see, stochastic, at least one of them should actually make a U-turn above 80 to below 80 here. And MACD should be red. Only watch histograms. Okay? You see? Watch histograms here. And this was your scalping trade. Target is hourly pivot points here, guys. 20 possible pips. It's a nice scalp if you consider it on a 5-minute time frame. Now, let's use for long trades. I need to find actually a long, probably dollar Swissy. If euro dollar is down, dollar Swissy is up. Okay, here. Oh, nice scalping opportunities. Here, guys. It can touch 20. It's okay. Okay, and then making a U-turn above. This is a long trade. You see? Oh, probably new trading opportunity now. And see hourly. These hourly pivot points are changing each hour. And they are very important, guys, for your trading, because those are your targets. Cody, I see the question. I will answer it as soon as I finish with this. So, guys, questions after we finish with presentation. So I usually use, guys, euro dollar, pound dollar, dollar Swissy, pound yen. But for pound yen, you need really to have some experience. But anyway, guys, if you want to use this, please demo trade it before you go live. Here is pound yen. Here is, guys, your trading opportunity here. And let's say, just for an example, that this was also a trading opportunity. Although you see the stochastic could have gone a little bit lower. Your target is always not the first pivot point because it's too low, like 9 pips. Usually, I take in between 15 and 20 pips if I scalp. You see, this one was good for 45. And how I do it? Let's say this was your trade. The price went up. You just move your stop loss here, guys. Initially, stop loss is placed below the last swing. So if you went here, guys, your stop loss is 14 plus 5 pips. So it's like 18 pips stop loss. And here, you see the target is here. The final target is always, let's say, maximum hourly pivot point. So here. But sometimes you will not reach that final target. But the trade will go in your favor most of the time. And you see, if the price went here, you just move your stop loss from this spot. Okay, I will mark it. Let's say your stop loss was here. Okay, you just move your stop loss here. Price went above this hourly pivot point. You just move your stop loss here. 2-3 pips below the hourly. And then you see, you would have been stopped out at this point. But it's a good thing because you are stopped in for profits, 43 possible pips. Sometimes, as I'm saying, this template will really give you a lot of pips. So GBP, dollar yen, euro dollar, pound dollar, those are pairs that I go with usually. And once more, guys, rules, okay, are here. So 5-minute time frame exclusively, okay. Exponential moving average 34 and 55. Stochastic 813, stochastic 31.3 overlaid. MACD 2 line 34, 80, 89, 34. I prefer 89 because 89 is also my favorite moving average and it's a part of T89 proprietary pattern. I use T89 on my Camarilla MACD MTF a lot, guys, really. It's a very, very good moving average and my favorite number out of all Fibonacci numbers. 88.6, it's actually 89 if you round it up. Okay, long trades, blue above, red, MACD, a blue line above red line. You watch histograms only, guys, only histograms for this. You don't, I should have maybe said this histograms. Okay, so histograms, guys. Blue histogram should be there. And for short trade, red histogram. Okay, so histogram, guys, that is very, very important. Okay, here I will show you again. Okay, here, guys, this is the histogram. You see red, blue. Let's find a few more examples. on, let's say, yeah, euro dollar. Why not? Here, guys, euro dollar. Okay, we need to have a touch at least. Okay, then this was a trade here. You don't trade it here, although this was a good trade, but you don't trade it here. Price needs to touch. So this was a trading opportunity, and this was a trading opportunity to the short side. See? Okay, then flat moving averages, you don't trade. Okay, this is also opportunity. No. This is okay. Yeah, if you have more experience, sometimes you will actually say, okay, this is okay because it almost touched. Let's find long trading opportunities. This one. Yeah, a lot of trading opportunities. Tricky, this one. But guys, watch the time here on the platform. This is where you can read the time. What is the time here? 21:55. You don't trade, guys, at 21:55. It's too late. You trade during London and New York session. And if a New York session, if London session is over, you can only make one more trade during your session. Do not trade whole New York session. So I would say until 6 p.m. at the most, and then stop trading. And then you move to Tokyo session, guys. So timing is also important. Timing. You see, it's not a good time. Although the trade went in profit, it was not a good time. Okay, let's use pound dollar. Pound dollar is interesting for me, really. Very, very interesting to trade with. Yeah, here, let's see the timing. Yeah, perfect. 3 p.m. Watch this. Nice rejection. Then you would have probably be stopped out here, but then another good trade here. So you see a lot of good trading opportunities, and that is why I'm saying, guys, make 2 or 3 good trades, and you don't need to overtrade. You're done for the day. Now, guys, any questions, feel free to ask. Corey is asking, I use weekly and daily pivot combined for intraday. Yes, Corey, that is what I use. For intraday trading, having both pivots are great. So here, if you see this, let me remove Mare mat here. Daily pivot points, okay. It's okay to have it, but also you see there are weekly pivot points. So you combine on 1 hour those two, it's okay. If you go to 4-hour time frame, that is when you just use weekly. You take a look at monthly, but mostly you will use weekly pivot points. So combining those two is okay. Yeah, I agree with it. It's okay. So guys, I hope that you enjoyed this presentation. This is a method and system that you should really try to use. If you have any questions, guys, feel free to comment below the video or ask anything. I will gladly reply. Also, sign up for more educational videos. We will be talking about a lot of stuff in Forex market. And believe me, guys, we have a lot to talk about and show you real examples. And sign up for, guys, trading webinars. This is what I made also on live trading webinars, okay? And I will always open a trade if I see it on live trading webinars. So, yeah, try to sign up, bring your friends, show them how real traders actually trade. And we are always there to help you out. I wish you a great trading day, a great trading week. As always, guys, stay safe and trade safe. Cheers, everyone. Talk to you soon.